What is going on, guys and gals? It's Lee from Stadia Mania here, and today I'm just going to be having a quick little look. I'm going to do a few things in this video. So one of them is going to be, we're going to look at the power support claw for Google Stadia controller. So the way the power support claw works is I'm just going to show you this box quickly. So if you actually have a look at this photo here, just to let you know, I'm based in the UK. This is not available officially in any UK outlets, so I've had to get it imported from America. So it cost me, I'll leave a link in the description below of the video. So this cost me about $26 or odd US dollars. So if I convert that, it's just above £20. I ordered it about 8-9 days ago, and I got it yesterday, so give or take a week. This is also the Wasabi controller I have. It's very nice, very sleek. If you're pondering getting another controller, guys, whether you've got the Founders Edition, which is the black and orange one, or the Premier Edition, which is the white one, the Wasabi one's lovely. It's really nice. Sometimes it's hard to kind of get a gauge on the video what it's like, but it's really nice colour. And this is literally just the claw here, so as I try to grab it with one hand. So the way it works is if you kind of look at it there, so unfortunately I don't have a camera stand yet, I'm actually waiting on getting one. So this is rubberized, this is like hard rubber, this bit here. So this is the top bit where your phone would actually, the top of your phone would go. This is the bottom bit. And if you kind of look just down here, if you can see it there, so you've got like two little almost like cups as such. So the way it works is, I'm going to actually pause the video and show it with it on. So the way it would kind of go is that would wrap around the front, and this is not easy for me to do. So that would go around the back, as you can see. That bit would come around the front, as so. And then this would kind of sit just above it. And the way your phone would go, your phone would sit horizontally. And this bit here, I'm going to show you from the side, pushes up. Yeah, so you would just kind of, your top of your phone where my thumb is, you'd push it up. Top of your phone would kind of go there, rest under that bit where my thumb is. And obviously the bottom bit of your phone would rest down. It's like hard rubber, and it just kind of sits there, clasped in. It's really smart design. I'm not too sure if the photo can kind of give you a better gauge of it at the moment, because obviously it's showing it sideways on. But I am going to show you in the next part of the video with it actually on the controller. Let's say in future, guys, I'm going to get a camera stand, so I'll actually have two hand free. At the moment I've only got one. I've got nothing really to balance it on, which is a bit annoying, but it is gonna, obviously I'm gonna get a stand for it. So let me just show you in the next part of the video. Ta-da! That's it now, actually on the controller, guys and gals. So as you can see there, like I say, in future I will be able to have two hand free, so there's no way I could have done that with one hand. So if you have a look at there, I'm just gonna pan around it kind of slowly. So it wraps around the front there, it leaves your headphone jack free. I'll kind of look at the top bit as well. Also, it leaves a USB-C port free as well. You'll see it just around there. I'm going to show the back of it. Yeah, so it fits lovely around it, guys. It's very snug. It's a great angle as well. I'll try and show it sideways on. So you might be thinking, what is the point of the claw? What Google done was, initially when they brought the Google Stadia app out, you could only play it either via like PC, laptop, or Chrome browsers, or obviously via your Chromecast Ultra. Or you could play it via your phone, but only on Pixel phones. Now Google have opened it up to other devices. So Android devices is one of them, or like some of them, not all of them, but some of them, like Razer phones, you're talking Samsungs, etc. I've got a Samsung S10, so this is ideal for me. So if you're maybe going to get like even the Samsung S20, 6 to 7 inch phone, it will fit it, definitely, because the S10 fits amazing in here. And there's also talk of them bringing it out on iOS devices very soon. So yeah, it's just a great addition, guys. I've been using it a little bit. Like I say, I got this yesterday. I tried a couple of games out on it last night. Played amazing, no issues. Phone fit snug as you like in it. Like I say, like the hard rubber on there is just perfect. It's a great design, very simple. Like I say, it's adjustable. Let's say this bit, that bit there moves up and down. Yeah, it's just well worth the money. It's not in the UK yet. Is a bit of an annoyance, but like I say, I did get imported. I will leave a link to the website. Just gotta put a little disclaimer down here. If you do order it, obviously order at your own risk. I've had no issues at all getting this into the UK, so hopefully no one else will. It should be fine, but I'm just obviously saying that just to cover my own back. I would like to say I'll leave the link in the description below. And yeah, and I'm just gonna carry on with the next part of the video, and I'm just gonna let you see a little bit of Baldur'S Gate. That was a worldwide reveal today, and also have a look at maybe one or two other Stadia games that are coming out imminently. Thanks, guys, and I'll catch you in the next part of this video. then you want to say about Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, I thought as much. So I'll try not to spoil it for you if I can help it. The first bit's really entertaining. That's all I'm going to say. This is the worldwide reveal of Baldur's Gate 3. It's coming out on Google Stadia, and it's also coming out on PC as well. So the MC is obviously trying to hype up the crowd, and then Sven's showing some gameplay. Be mindful it's an early build, so actually I'm not going to try and spoil it, so I'll let Sven take it away, well, obviously with the audio and the gameplay, and I'll catch you later on in the video. I hope you enjoy it.
Because all of you are here to see this man, Sven Vink, is going to play for you Baldur's Gate 3. And I'm going to shut up and let him do that, because this is going to be the coolest thing you will ever see. And I'm going to just hand it over to you.
Thank you very much, Jesse.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I thought so.
We can get louder than that. This is going to be crazy. Thank you, front row. Thank you. We had to turn people away. There are people still outside. You need even louder to make them sadder. Louder. Get excited. Baldur's Gate 3, scream for this man.
All right. Thank you. I love you too. What you're about to see is a game that's still in development, so it's literally pre-alpha footage. We're not going to show you a video, we're going to just play. I don't know what's going to happen. Furthermore, to make it even more exciting, the save game system is broken, so that means that if I die, if it's the party wipe, I'll just have to restart, so we'll try not to have that happen. If you see a bug, and inevitably you will see something, it's something that we see too. We'll fix it. We still have a whole bunch of time before it's going to be ready. It was announced that it's going to early access. We actually wanted to announce it today, but people were very excited about announcing it for us. So it's going to be in early access in a couple of months. We don't know exactly when it's ready for early access. And with that said, we're just going to start up with a small intro, and then we'll start chatting. Okay? Yeah, that sounds about right. So we have a problem.
It is so good to meet you. Calm yourself. There is something I want to give you. Who are you?
Sorry, it's a different keyboard than I'm used to. There you go. I'm Sven.
Great name.
So we're in character creation. I can select my background. So these are all the Dungeons & Dragons backgrounds that you know if you play Dungeons & Dragons. I can change my body type, I can change my race, so I can play as a tiefling, I can play as a drow, I can play as a human, I can play as a Githyanki, I can play as a dwarf, I can play as an elf, I can play as a half-elf, I can play as a half-drow, I can play as a halfling. And there's more, but we're only showing a few. These are the races that will be going into early access, and there more will be added afterwards. And so depending on which race I pick, I get different features. I can also select which class I'm going to play. We have 6 classes that will be available on early access from the get-go, and then we'll just add more as we progress.
You decide.
So I can play as a wizard, cleric, fighter, ranger, rogue, and warlock, and then I can pick the ability points that go with that, and select my skills in which I'm going to be proficient. Today we're going to play an origin story, so we have different origin stories. There's going to be 5 that are going to be in early access. There will be more after. So this is Lizelle. She's the girl you saw in the intro, so she's a Githyanki. Gale is a wizard. He has a very big problem, and that's pretty much that he's going to explode. Shadowheart, she's a dark cleric, so she's got quite a story too. Will is a monster hunter who made a pact with the devil. He regrets it. And today we're going to play as Astarion, who is a vampire spawn. He's a noble. So vampire spawn is not really a vampire. He has a vampire to which he is a slave. He's a high elf, which means that we get to select a cantrip for him. So we're going to pick Mage Hand because we're going to do cool things with it. And all the rest is already preset for him, so we just have to click the Venture Forth button and we can continue our adventure. So we're going to skip the tutorial because it's not ready yet. And so I'll tell you what happens in tutorial, or at least in a nutshell. We're going to capture that Nautiloid. We're going to do that together with the Githyanki warrior that you saw captured in the intro. And we're going to teleport it to a place called Faerun, more specifically to the Sword Coast, more specifically 200 miles to the east of Baldur's Gate. That was, by the way, the city that you saw destroyed is not Baldur's Gate, it was Yartar. Goodbye, Yartar. Oh yeah.
Daylight. It can't be. What the hell's is going on?
So what I forgot to mention is that my vampire spawn normally can't walk in the sunlight. He can't go over running water, and he needs an invitation if he wants to enter somewhere. But apparently he can walk in the sunlight, so that's kind of handy for us. So he's going to try to figure out what's going on. So I can control the camera and put it in third person, so then it's running behind me. Or I can just go back top down and then basically play it in a traditional manner. So I'm going to like going like this, and let's have a look at what we can find. Have a look over there. The sunlight. So this is a river, it's called the Kayontar.
Better not push my luck.
And it reaches all the way to Baldur's Gate, but we have no boat, so we're going to have to go in a different direction. Obviously, you can see that it's been a lot of fun over here. Mangled Fisher, you have the little letter.
Perfectly good blood.
The love letter is none of my business. So.
Was the sky always this blue? It's magnificent.
Starden doesn't really care about the fact that everybody's dead. Apple. She is banging at that door, so let's go ask and introduce ourselves.
Blasted doors, What? Oh, it's you. I saw you on the ship. You survived, then?
Suddenly I saw what she saw, felt what she felt. Anger, confusion, resolve.
Ah! You've got the same thing I do. In your head. I felt it.
Okay, so I have a whole bunch of dialogue options. So what just happened to us is because of the tadpole. I was already introduced to that in the tutorial. We call it mind melding. So we both have a tadpole in our head, and we can telepathically connect to each other. But I'm also very hungry. So I'm playing this from the point of view of Astarion, vampire spawn. So you will see that all of my choices will be tailored to being Astarion, essentially. So I'm going to stare at her and realize that I'm very hungry.
What's the matter with you? Has that tadpole scrambled your brain already?
So I can basically say, okay, well, I'll just feed, or I can swallow my urge and feign ignorance, which is what I'm going to do because I need a companion.
Come on. The chase through hell, the creatures, what they did to us, the tadpole. That thing is going to consume us from the inside and turn us into mind flayers. You and I need a healer. Finding one won't be easy in this wilderness. We'll need supplies. I'm hoping something of use might be behind these doors, but I've barely made a dent in them so far.
Okay, so I can offer to help her, but I'm a rogue also, so I can tell her to save her strength, then that I'll pick the lock.
By all means. I'm going to see what's at the top of this cliff. Hopefully there's no more of these creatures along the way.
I will... Well, actually, I'll suggest that we join forces and say that that gives us better odds of survival.
Or just company for our final moments. But you're right. Whatever lies ahead will be a little less daunting with support. You can call me Shadowheart.
I can tell her that I'm Astarion, a reformed vampire spawn who can walk in the sunlight, or I can choose not to tell her, which is a good idea. And I can also question her what she knows about the things in each of our heads.
Very little. Supposedly, those monsters breed by planting their tadpoles in people's heads. Over time, the infected victim turns into a mind flayer. I don't remember how long it takes, but we should hurry.
So that's a problem. I'll introduce myself, Astarion,
Lead the way, Astarion.
and I've made my first companion. You can try to lockpick that door, but I don't have a lockpick, so that's not gonna. So, whoops, and I got myself into the door. All right, let's see if this fine gentleman has something of use, but he doesn't. So let's continue, see where I'm end up.
More of those wretched things.
Oops. So that's usually an introduction to combat when you see something like that. So let's try and see what that is. Where are they? Oh yeah, this is. So combat is turn-based because Dungeons and Dragons is a turn-based system. So we base ourselves on that. I need to be very careful for these intellect divorers because if they get too close to me, it will be very painful. This can actually end up in a party wipe, but I'll do my very best not to let that happen. I'm going to seek the high ground. In Dungeons & Dragons, seeking advantage allows you to roll twice, which is a good idea because there's a lot of dice rolling going on behind the scenes, as you'll soon see. We translate the dice rolls into percentages so that you don't have to do all the mathematics yourself. So this gives me a 90% chance to hit, so that's a pretty good one. Also, I'll manage, don't worry about it. That's a 45%, that's not so good, but let's try. I'm casting Sacred Fire, let's see what that does. Right, to puny 2 damage. So if you're curious to know how the calculations are happening, they're happening behind the scenes here. You can just hover over it and then you can learn all of the math behind the numbers that you see, which is why Jesse said lots of numbers. We're going to be very brave and we're just going to go up there. And then I'm going to see how far I can get Astarion because I don't want him to die right away. All right, Shadowheart. Well, she's not really me, she's just my recruit, so I'm going to cast Shield of Faith of her. The bonus actions, these are my actions, these are my bonus actions. You just see, yeah, it says AP, it's a little bit misleading, but it's actually just the actions that you have. But sometimes you can have 2 of them. So I'm going to end my turn, and now it's the enemy's turn. See what they do. Unfortunately, they can jump, but that's good. Couldn't hit me. That's actually not that bad. So what I'm going to do with Shadowheart is I'm going to try something that's a little bit risky, but sometimes works. I'm going to use Shove, and I'm going to try to... Oh, it won't work. Yeah, there you go. So that guy is a little bit further from me, and then she can still hammer at that guy. It's really not hitting very well. And then I'm going to shoot with the Astarion at that guy. So yeah, we're doing pretty good actually. All right. Ooh. Ooh. So combat is fairly high stakes, as you can see. So they have a reaction, so that basically means if she walks away from here, they're going to hit her, which is not good. So what I'm going to do, and he can't walk. Yeah. So I have a jump. I didn't want to use it yet, but first I'm going to. Oh man, that's jump as a bonus action in VG3. So that means that I can't use another bonus action, but it acts as a disengage also, and it's enhanced by my tadpole that I have inside of me. I do have one action that I can still do, so I'm just going to try it out. This is my mage hand. My mage hand is bad at many things, but it's very good at throwing stuff. So I'm going to just slap it. There you go. I wanted to show this to you today, but you have no idea how nervous I was about doing it because I was going to get in this situation. So I obviously should have approached them in a completely different manner. We'll see in the next combat how you can actually be much more strategic. Famous last words, I guess, but we'll see. All right, she is hurting, so she's going to drink my first healing potion. I don't have a lot of them. Then she's just going to, well, actually, I don't want to use it up. I'll just smack it like this. Maybe I'll get lucky. All right, well, can I run even further? No. All right, here it comes. That's good. Oh, no. He's getting back up. Very high stakes. He's hiding for the shot. That's interesting. Okay. Mage hand, where are you? Do your thing. So 80%. So sorry. Yeah, you can also throw bodies that you find in the world, but it's not working. So that's why I'm using the shove actually. It's working, but it doesn't look as good. Oh, why did I go to sneak? I misclicked. Really, did I put my hand into sneak? That's really clever. Okay, so yeah, the announcement was that it was going to be live, I think, so there you go. All right, 90% shot. Oh yeah, actually I have a pin down attack, which is a action that you get with your weapon. So each weapon that you get gives you an extra type of action. Yes, I know that you're sneaking. Come on. All right.
You got this. You got this.
Hold on, I have a plan. I got a bottle with grease, so I'm just gonna throw. Can you stop hand? And normally he's not supposed to be able to hit like this. Actually, can't you do anything useful? If they want to attack you, maybe. Oh. Oh, they killed. No, they didn't kill hand. Okay. All right. So they did kill hand. Yeah, hand is not supposed to die, but well, it's going swimmingly. Okay, so I wanted to throw, so I have a throw action. I can throw pretty much everything. In a presentation I did previously, I threw my boots. So for comedial effect, I'll just throw my boots. Maybe I'll actually just kill him. Oh, that's it.
Good work, good work.
All right. So, that's not that bad, actually. So, where is she? Hey, oops, doesn't want to close anymore. You want to keep on throwing? No, it's enter, yeah. Please close. So she's down, she's not dead yet. So that's the good news. So basically how this works is, this is death saving throws. So each turn there's going to be a roll behind the scenes, and if it's a good roll, then we're going to get a little blue spot like this, and if we have 3 of them, she gets stabilized, which is cool. And if we get 3 red ones, because it's a bad roll, then she dies. And they are going to keep on hitting at her, because if she goes to the negative of her maximum HP, she dies too. So we're going to try to avoid that from happening. But I'm really not envisaging. Okay, so I shouldn't have thrown the boost, by the way. That was a really stupid move. This looks like a really good hit. Good, excellent. And we have 1 guy left. Thank you. Why? Okay, well, let's hope that this one's gonna go right. Oh. Man.
Bravo.
Oh man. Okay, well, I did tell you that. Oh, stand up, no, stand up. Hold on, does this work? I was too late. All right, so I do have, the save game problem is real, so it is genuine, so I need to restart. So I'm just gonna go a quick restart. I'll just do it as fast, and then we'll do Q&A for 5 minutes.
You got it out of the way early.
Yeah, that's why they gave us a half-hour extra, Jesse.
Yeah, absolutely. You're fine.
And the last video today is of some new gameplay of a game called Lost Words Beyond the Page. It's done by a company called Modus. It's based loosely on Pages Between Her Diary. It's an atmospheric fantasy puzzle game. I think it looks quite interesting. Like I say, it's coming out on the 27th of March on Google Stadia. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on it. Thank you for watching today. I know it was kind of like a long video today, but I hope you really enjoyed the content. The Google Claw, Baldur's Gate 3, it was quite funny, that video, and obviously the video on this. Thanks so much for your support. Let's say if you like my content, please like, that'd be fantastic. Even ring the bell for notifications. If you want to subscribe, that would also be amazing. I'm trying to gun for 100 subs, that'd be fantastic. Thanks so much for your support, and I'll speak to you again in the next video, and it's LXIV Stadia Mania signing out. Take care, bye bye.
But one night, we looked down instead. The stars were shining in the water. It was like the sky got flipped upside down. We took off our shoes and socks and waded into the water. As we walked over the pebbles, they glowed beneath our toes. Gran said it was called bioluminescence. Tiny plankton in the water being moved back and forth by the tide. I knew it was just little creatures, but it felt like magic. Gran bought some special algae that would grow at home. We spent the whole day planning it. Lights, sand, pebbles, corals, glass stones, a house, company, water. We took pictures for Gran's photo album for our future selves to remember. How the tank took ages to fill. How we took turns stirring the algae in. How happy we were when we had it all set. Just needs time to develop, said Gran. After 6 days, the algae was ready. I put the tank on my desk and ran my finger through the water. My own bit of magic. That was Mum. She just got a call. She has to leave now. It sounded really bad. I have a weird feeling in my stomach. Robin woke from a hazy, distant dream. Something unnatural had stirred her from slumber. What's that noise? Eldorava?
Robin, a giant creature is attacking our village.
Attacking? I thought the fireflies protected us.
There must be something wrong. Get to the tree at once. Hurry!
What creature could have caused this? And suddenly, Robin was surrounded by smoke and cinders. As she hurried past the crackling rooftops, her concern grew.
Hey, Robin, you gotta hide.
You can hide with us. No, there's no space. Okay. Find your own hiding spot then.
No. I need to get to the firefly tree. How am I going to cross this? The bridge was beyond repair. Okay. One step at a time. Word magic. Yeah. A terrifying noise echoed from beyond the village gate. Robin rushed out to meet it. Soon she would prove herself as the new village guardian. But things were about to get worse. Much, much worse.